This is a Tecnico Aristocrat, and these were fairly common. It's a model 1040, and it's at that crossover stage where we've got some pretty old valves. Just did a radio that wasn't supposed to have a X61M in it, but it did. Where is it? Here it is. Amazing. So they did use those here. Yeah, this one, and it's got a 6AR7, a KT61, and a 6X4 rectifier. So the rectifier was a more modern valve at the time, and the other ones are probably just war surplus. I'd say this is pretty late 40s, early 1950s. It's got a loop in it for the aerial there. So let's see if it works. I think this one actually did work. A lot of the radios which I got from the deceased estates, although they looked very, very tatty, they do actually work. So the radio that had the X61M was the first of the beehives, and that was a real... It was working, but it had been wired up so badly, and I initially thought I wouldn't do a video on it, but I wish I did now, because so we do have power to the variac. So we'll watch the dim bulb, and we'll turn this variac right down to 80. So watching the dim bulb. So that's about 180, 200, nothing on the dim bulb. No lights. So we'll turn it down and we'll see if we've got a switch on it. No. Don't have a switch, so let's bring it back up again. So that's 200. And we've got glow from the valves. We'll stick an aerial on it. Not that it should need one. Right, we do have crackles from the speaker, the volume control. So bring it around again. Bring it down to BA. And nothing. So I'll bring it up a bit further. It's 220. And nothing. Okay. So we'll turn it off. And I suspect this one. So we'll try changing this one, seeing as we've got this other X61M handy. Very heavy valve, this. Now I'll just move this into its socket. And we'll turn it back on again. Bring it up to reasonable voltage. So it's at 220. It's full volume. And nothing. Right, so it looks like our 6AR7 is not conducting, or there's something else underneath the chassis which isn't quite right. So I'll get a 6AR7. 6AR7. I think these ones are pretty dead, this 6AR7, but it may conduct a little bit. So that sounds more like it.
Not as strong a race as what he's been contesting previously. He got beaten by 31 lengths by Clayton to Square in the Irish St. Ledger.
That's full volume.
We won't get any genuine line of sight on that.
And it's making its usual hum of valve radios here. I have found two major sources of interference here, and that's the fridge of all things and the Wi-Fi router. Although I wouldn't have thought the Wi-Fi router would be that bad because it's quite a distance away from here. It's probably 25 meters away. Okay, so we know the radio is working. So I'll bring this back down again, turn off, and let's pull it out the case. We've literally got a cord here of some description, but it's not a dial cord. You can probably see that in the background. It's quite a thick cord, and oh geez, yeah. And we've got this aerial here, which is amazingly close to the tuning capacitor and oscillator capacitor here. So that could have quite easily have shorted to that. Let's have a look underneath. I'm not expecting anything too good under here. No. All right. So we've got this ugly thing. It's actually a Tecnico, so that's probably original. This one There's a paper cap underneath there, another one there, a couple of these horrible moulded ones here, and that one up there, and this one. So fairly straightforward. It's got a roller type 1280 on it. I think it's 80 or 50. 50. So 1250 on it. And it's dated 27th of April 1950. Just do the capping and I'll be back. While the soldering iron is warming up, I've just noticed that this has been fiddled with. It's got pretty bad solder joint on it, and this one down here is also pretty bad. So down here, so this one is a replacement. I don't know what they've done there, because some of these, no, that one isn't original soldering either. So someone has been in here. So probably this one was replaced. And I don't know why this one wasn't, was fiddled with. Perhaps it was not contacting properly or something like that. Anyway, we'll clean all that up.
650 to 550, Cara Stream, there your top three. Now we'll take it down to the call.
Well, this is literally full volume.
Backhouse, Oliver and Rocky, Jack Barton has driven the first two winners. The following up and McCracken. Tubbs now Slim, Scar, Robert Young. It'll start the favourite. It's at 270. And the back row Nuclear Attitude with Ginger Gleeson.
It's not too bad, but it's got a problem where it seems to be cutting out and jumping in and out, but the signal is actually getting through. So I don't know quite what's wrong with it. Perhaps I'll spray out the sockets yet again. Yeah, it probably needs some further work, this one, but I'm not going to bother with it because it's literally just going to be display radio. Yeah, okay, so I'll put it back, I'll polish the case up, put it back in its case, probably change the power cord, and yeah, that's wrapping it up, literally. Well, here it is, and I don't quite know what's wrong with this. It works, then it doesn't, and yeah. I suspect that one of the valves is actually dying or something like that. But
at the back, and the time's around 18 seconds even to Rolls Ripple, who wins well. Stuff for Rolls, all 350 and 180. Good training effort there to produce that stuff and put the big today over the 315. Wacky Wally makes late ground second, 140. Misty Rumble 180 back in third, 637. And behind those in fourth is the two Chicken Flick, 637 and 2 to race 10.
Yeah, so it's, yeah, bit strange, but two of the valves, or that X61M, I don't know how good that one is. It came out of another radio, and the 6AR7, that was tested as pretty marginal anyway. So I may get some new valves for it. I'm a bit undecided about this because even though the cabinet looks pretty good on camera, it does have sort of this light brown specks of paint all over it. And yeah, but it is pretty original, and the dial glass is really good on it and all that sort of thing. So but the chassis itself is a bit on the tired side. As you can see, it's sort of got this surface rust and things like that on it. So I'm going to whack it on the shelf where it won't be, well, the front will be seen, but not much else. And yeah. Okay, so thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking, thanks for everything else. Welcome to my new Patreons. Yes, Patreons and new subscribers. We're slowly getting up to the target number of 1,000, but yeah. Okay, so I'll speak to you very soon. Bye.